You're lucky to be early, or at least early enough, because XRP is about to totally destroy Bitcoin in terms of how well it works. Yes, we are getting close to the end of this market period, but that's when the real magic happens. Also, I want to say that if XRP goes back to its all-time high, my God, it'll have huge effects on the value of US dollars. It would definitely be seasoned to melt people's faces. You'll also learn another reason why it's not unusual for experts to call for price action in the double digits during this market cycle. No, folks, it's not. To be early, though, that depends on a few different points of view. How early are you in the cycle? How early in the process are you of adopting crypto? That's more important. Take a look at this. There are $380 trillion worth of homes on the market. Bonds? 127 million trillion is worth of bonds on the market. What about stock prices around the world? About $115 trillion. So what about digital money? You can find the answers right here on Coin Watch. Cryptocurrency is only worth $3.8 trillion right now. What kind of ant goods does this group have? You might as well round this number down to zero since it's already so small. This is a chance that will never come up again. That's exactly what I think it is. It is very clear that cryptocurrency is here to stay, and that XRP is an early and clear winner in the crypto space. But I promise that when you come back to this screen in the future, the market capitalization will have reached more than $100 trillion, as it should have. To put it simply, adoption hasn't been enough, okay? Then good job. Yes, if you're listening to this in 2025, you're still early in that way. Reader Credible Crypto wrote this post. It's about charts. This was talked about in my most recent video, but it's worth saying again quickly because it's still important. I want to talk about one important point to show that it's not crazy to think that XRP will reach sky-high prices during this market cycle. This is what Crypto Verified said. Do not forget that he is talking about very soon. He did say, though, that if Bitcoin can quickly find a floor, it is very likely that XRP will soon do better than Bitcoin, says Credible Crypto, one of the best experts in the whole cryptocurrency market. Thanks for your attention. This picture only shows what it looked like in the middle of June this year. Because of this, it would be nice to see that. What about the big picture, though? What is XRP's track record compared to Bitcoin? Oh, I see. More than 10 years if you come back. If you didn't know about this picture, you might say, oh, it doesn't look like XRP is doing that well against Bitcoin, which would mean that XRP is bad. That's what people who don't know what they're talking about come to. You can see that the XRP USD chart looked like this a year ago because you can see the XRP BTC chart. In addition, as I already said, that's when markets hit bottoms on the XRP USD chart. XRP was worth whatever it was because of this. Let's say 50 cents. I told them, guys, I get it. Those bad Bitcoin Maximus people are making fun of us XRP holders. But if you look back, you can see that XRP did finally tear during the most recent cycle, and the one before that, when its price was much lower than the Dow. You need to understand that we're not done because I'm telling you. Blockchain works the same way. Let me break this down if it doesn't make sense. There have already been several times this market cycle when XRP hit a new all-time high. That has already happened. We were at our best just last month. Or was it really the beginning of August? It doesn't seem to matter what it was in the past few weeks or whether it was officially July or early August. XRP hit a new all-time high of 365 cents. Then you like seeing it. It's pretty amazing to see that. We haven't done that yet with the XRP BTC pair though. Wow. Bitcoin is really worth a lot now. Here is a look back at 20. It has been that long, by the way. So think about that. It was almost 7 years before XRP hit a new high point against the dollar. We haven't done that yet with Bitcoin. So think about this. What was the value of Bitcoin at that time in 2017? As you may know, Bitcoin hit a high point of about $20,000 near the end of the year. At one time, XRP was still being used. You know that XRP hit a high point of 3.35. You can see this all-time high on the XRP BTC market, which is when XRP was almost at its all-time high against the dollar. Can you understand what I mean? There is no support for Bitcoin at this time. Bitcoin did not start to fall apart after the election, but XRP did. It's correct. Visually, that's clear. It has gotten a little bigger. It's not even slightly down. But the last time that happened, both Bitcoin and the dollar were worth more than they are now. Right now, we're not. Bitcoin is not at an all-time high yet, but XRP is very close to it. This is not done yet. It wouldn't surprise me if XRP did indeed hit a new all-time high against Bitcoin this cycle. I don't know about you guys. I'm not sure if it will happen. I don't personally predict prices, but I'm trying to explain why this wouldn't be crazy. It makes perfect sense to think that this could happen at any time. Now you know what that means. The last time that XRP hit a new all-time high, since Bitcoin was worth a lot less before, this would be a huge deal. Bitcoin is worth a lot more now than it was in 2017 when it was worth about $20,000. Is still worth 130. As things stand, XRP would be worth 2553 sets if it just reached its all-time high value against other cryptocurrencies. It's clear that this goal isn't set in stone when it comes to the dollar. If Bitcoin falls and XRP hits an all-time high, the price of XRP in USD will definitely fall. You can see though why none of this is silly. More than $25 in XRP, even if it's just to get back to that area. Hey everyone, this isn't a dream. It makes no sense at all to think that XRP will never again hit a new all-time high above Bitcoin. Never, never, ever. ever, never, maybe not even for a second. Okay, let's go. I don't understand that. People used to say the same thing about the XRP USD pair, which I also thought was silly. And we were proven right.